Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Welcome to another episode of the Gentleman's Picks Club. It is with great pleasure that I'm doing a slightly different video today. This is a launch video for Radar Rally, a brilliant game created by Paul Hammond. He is a master on the Picotron and the Pico 8, and he knows I love Rally X, and he allowed me to be involved in this as well. So I had a little bit of input. You may see my footprints as you go through this game. Let's go on a journey together. So here we are, game loaded in. Choose your mode. We've got Radar Rally, Rally X, Rat Race, Bomber, Timed Plus, Time, GPC and Painter. We won't bother doing practice, but we will have a quick look at all of these modes here. Cards on the table. If you like Rally X, you will love this game. You will absolutely love this game. It is absolutely phenomenal. Radar Rally is effectively what would have been the third, in my humble opinion, of the Rally X series if it ever did this. You know, you had Rally X, you've got New Rally X, and Radar Rally would be a natural follow-on, but with all these bells and whistles. If this had been in the arcade, it would have just blown away the previous versions, but it plays exactly the same with a lot of great features. I ask you to look at all the features that we've got here so you can see how much is created in this Picotron system. And a spoiler, a little warning going ahead here, there is going to be another version of this, and it will be coming out at Steam in some point, on Steam in some point. There is two versions of this game. You've got the itch.io and the Steam version, but the free version on both of these platforms will not have the editor included. But if you spend a couple of quid on this, you get the editor as well. There is so much content already baked in, though. Enough of what you can and you can't get. Let me whet your appetizer for what is ahead. So we're going to do Radar Rally here. So your mission is to collect all the flags. And you know, this has a bonus item. Look on the bottom right hand side of the screen when we play it, and you'll see something a little bit different there. So fire to start. And look on the screen, you've got a blue dot. That is a bonus flag, and you've got some orange dots and other dots there as well. So yeah, we're going to go and collect these, and that bonus doesn't look particularly appetizing that we've got there. So we've got a fuel can bonus as well. We'll leave it for the time being as we drive carefully around these track, collecting all these items. I've got the bonus double one first, so you know I should be in a good place. You may recognize what this looks like, but look, you've got fuel there as fuel there. I nearly died getting that fuel, which we don't want to be doing. So yeah, there is a few differences in this game to the original one. The bonus one, that is bad for the fuel there. There are some good ones there. There's some frigging good ones there. But yeah, I need them to appear. Here we go, there we go. Right, let's grab Pac-Man. There you go. I can now chase the cars, you know, for a brief moment, for 12 seconds, 10 seconds left. We've got this Pac-Man mode here that we can play, and everything changes in the game just a little bit, and you know, we can grab that flag there. But I'm gonna just show you a little bit more around, just to show you that this is a game that you may feel that you're familiar with, but there are a lot of differences. There is a lot of differences, and yeah, let's go down here and have a look. So, oh balls! There was a car. I was too focused on just showing you stuff. You know what? Let's just clear this level by grabbing the last of the flag bits. So there we go. We've completed that. Fuel bonus went down, but unused fuel cans, you get 500 points for every one that's unused. And this again may seem a little bit familiar. You know, the landscape changes, you know, there's a lot of chases here, there's many chases here, but it's all good, solid, honest fun. You know, we'll get another bonus as well. We're not going to get the Pac-Man one. We're going to see whether we can get something else. Oh, go across here. Where is it? Check on the radar. Here we go, we get that. And the chases have slowed down to a crawl. On some maps, there are multiple bonuses that you can get, and when you get the bonus, having already got the bonus, it stacks. So if I had 3 seconds left, it would then be 6 seconds. So it would build on what you've got. But no, this is good, honest, solid fun. I've died there, and you can go back on the races like you can in Rally X right at the beginning as well. So yeah, good, honest, solid fun. And if you can play Rally X, Radar Rally will fit right up your street. You know, the memory muscle from the Rally X game moves directly into this. It really does. So let's get this flag here. We haven't got the bonus. Oh, I've missed it. I've gone the wrong way. Oh, it doesn't matter. And we have high scores as well, so we're going to be able to put a high score in for the moment, which we're just going to whack in just a moment's time. So there we go. G P. I did a reset of the cartridge. So you see I had a little go earlier. So we're going to start here and we're going to do Rally X. So see what this is. So this is the original game that's stole there, but there is one slight difference. And look, there's Paul's hamster above. Hello, hello. Thank you again for allowing me to be part of this. I'm so excited, so delighted, and it's just freaking brilliant. It really, really is. And look, can you see the difference? What is that? What the my god of that? This is a bridge. And you can go on the bridges and you can go under them and it changes the maps. And there are three types of bridges. You've got an east-west bridge, you've got a north-south bridge, and you've got a random one as well. You've got a random bridge that you can go on. So yeah, it spices up the gameplay just to do things just a little bit different. So, you know, although this is like the original mode, it's not quite the original mode because it's a little bit different. Your memory muscle will transfer exactly when you're playing this. You know, the speed is the same, everything is the same, the stress is the same. By God, the stress is the same when it gets busy as well. But yeah, glorious, and a lot of fun can be had here. And that was unfortunate oil to go into at that point because it spun me straight into there. But you know, you've all seen this, you've seen me play this 100 times with the exception of the bridge that's not on the standard version. So I'm going to get myself killed here and we're going to go into the next mode. We've got a few lives to do this, but this is a showcase of all the different modes for the launch video of what we got. So you'll find myself doing that. You can go over them at the beginning, as I said before, and you could do that on the original game. So yeah, everything is as it should be. But now we're going to spice things up once we've put in a pathetically low score. So let's do GPC here again, LMNOP. Boom, there you go. So we're going to do start and we're going to do Rat Race. Paul is very fond of the Commodore 64 and this is his tribute to Rat Race. You know, the Commodore 64, there was a game on there. So yeah, it's his tribute. So let's see what happens here. And yeah, we'll just, you know, play one level of this. Yeah, but look at these, look at these, and look at the little leak. So you get a slightly different depth there as well. But yeah, no, so this is you know, the same game that you're used to. You know, slightly different background tune. You know, it's a little bit faint, as I say, because you know you want to hear me talking and stuff like that. But it really spices things up. I've said to Paul, "Does this play faster than, you know, Radar Rally?" And yeah, he says actually no, it doesn't. But it seems faster, and the reason it seems fast. Look at that. Right, we're going to go back to that cat. We're going to go back to that cat. Oh, it's game over. But that cat's eyes follow you around as you go. But yeah, the reason it seems faster is you've got minimal graphics going on there. So we're going to go to start now. Paul loves this. This is Painter. This is brutally hard. Oh my days, it is so hard. We're going to give this a go. I'm going to be absolutely awful at this, but let me show you something rather magical. We have to paint the track on this. We've got to paint the track on this. So fire to skip. And there we go. We've got some more bridges. We've got some more bridges in there, which can cause challenges and confusion. But you can smoke, which I've done, and I hit a flag to go a little bit faster. The purple flags allow you to go fast. Oh, and I died. But look at the top. You've got a percentage of the track that you've painted, and you've also got to get rid of all these skid marks by going over them as well. The purple flags are great. So, oh no, I lost control. You can hit them and go really fast, but that was a quick preview of Paint. It is brutal, it is hard, it is super hard, and look at this, you know, a pathetic low score here. So GPC, you know, I can do much better than that, but Paint I sometimes struggle with. Sometimes I struggle with that. So there we go, let's go into start, and we have got Bomber. Now, this is interesting. It turns the world that you think you know on its head. So we're going to start Bomber mode, Driver X, and notice how the helmets change as well. This time we are the chasers, or the chaser, so to speak. So fire to start, and look, they're all now green, and we've got to kill them. We've got to kill the chasers. Now, you've got all these flags at the top. If they go over every single flag, you lose. It's game over. So you've basically got to get to them, and if you go over a flag, you screw yourself just a little bit because you're taking one away. I've got 2 chasers left to get, but yeah, if you go over the flags and you saw one of the flags pop and disappear there, you're in a world of trouble. You can't smoke because, you know, you can hit them, but you know, your memory muscle wants to drive over the bloody flags, but you should not drive over the flags because that will be one less. Look at that. There you go, one disappeared just there. So yeah, my car is sparking because it's not smoking. I've got to get both of these guys here, and can I get them? Yes, I got them. they got stuck there. So brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. Managed to do that, level complete, and it will loop and go here. So again, they run away. You know, sometimes I've hit it just right when I've been playing this, you know, as I've been helping, you know, for a tester for this. Sometimes I've played it just right and I've matched up the levels, not on the high scores that you'll see. All of this is reset for this playthrough, for this capture. But there's been times that I have done exceptionally well for this, but there's also been times where it has been so bloody hard. You know, I've got a couple left there. You've got to think like a chaser, kind of how they play, and you know, take shortcuts, because remember, they can only go forward. They won't turn around like you do here. So you've got to think, where are they going to come out? Can I get them? Can I catch them before they come out? If my fuel runs out, there's going to be a problem there. You know, if I crash into a rock, that's going to be a problem. But I might be able to get these ones over here. But now they're heading northwards, so we're just going to go up here to try and do it. But all the while, your fuel is disappearing. There we go, there we go. They got themselves screwed there. So they make the same mistakes. They make the same mistakes that they do in the original game when they chase you, when they hit rocks and stuff like that. But this time, the roles are reversed. And yeah, there's a lot of fun to be had here. There really, really is. All right, okay. Let's go down here. Come on, come on, come on. Yes, I got you, I got you. All right, so what we're going to do, we're going to drive into a rock now. I don't want to show too much of this, but you can see it gets more and more complicated, but you get the idea of this mode. This mode is rather spectacular. So let's game over there, 13,975 points. Let's get GPC Wax in here. There we go, there we go. And we're going to do start. So we've done bomber. Now, we've got these left. And you know what? I'll show you this one. I'll show you this one last. But we're going to do timed first of all. And when going in driver X, you've got 2 minutes to earn as many points as you can. Collect multiplier flags for super high scoring. Right, off we go. So this is your standard Rally X. It doesn't matter how many times you die on here, but the little trick, the magic, is you want to get right to the top. You want to get absolutely to the top, and you want to get that flashing one to start these multipliers happening. When you get the flashing one, another one appears on the track. So you see a ×2, a ×4. We got another one there that appeared in a very, very lucky space. Chasers are after me, but you know, this will boost my high score. You know, look at these points I'm getting. If I get another one as well, that will be really, really good. So we're heading across here. Here we go, ×16, and I think we've got one more multiplier that we can do, which is a ×32. We'll see, but we're going to grab every flag that we get. And remember, oh my, they clip me, but it doesn't matter, it doesn't matter. But your timer resets when you do this. So your multiplier resets when you do this. So grab you. Where is the other flashing one? Right, it's down there. But you know, we've got over 100,000 points in this mode, and this is a challenge mode, really. This is a mode to see how far you can get, how quickly you can do this. And you know, you could be lucky with some flags, you might not be lucky. We've got smoke as well. You know, if I use it all up, you know, it's not going to be great for me. So here we go. We got two that we can see stacked fairly close to each other. Let's go up and grab that. Got you. And oh, right, we had to use the smoke there. Get that, and you know, see whether we can get 100. And let's go for 200. Oh no, not like that. I was going to go for 200,000 in this game mode. Right, okay, here we go. Right, we're going to grab you. Let's get a bonus. Look, we can go fast. Perfect. And there's one over here. Oh, another one there. Alright. Oh, I got myself in a rock. I thought I could switch around and do that. But about 175,000. So yeah, this is game over there. That is the score you get with that. So time is up. Game over. It ends. It absolutely ends. So we're going to put our name in the high score here. And we do GPC. And remember, there are things that I'm deliberately not showing you in this whole little video, because this is just a launch video for it. We're going to go to start. And we got a time plus. This is another version of timed, but you know, this is really good, but you can actually increase your time in it as well. I'm not going to spoil that one for you, and I will leave that for you to discover. I'm not going into practice as well, because you have a chance to basically play each track on its own. I'm not going to spoil some of the tracks. And look at this, tracks created by Gentleman's Pixel Club. Hello there, I hope you enjoy these. So remember, I'm a huge Rally X fan, but I wanted to ooze as much as I could out of this, and thank you, Paul, for supporting. So Gentleman's Pixel Club, we are going to be playing basically 1, 2, 3, 4 tracks there. Little spoiler, Radar Rally Extreme will always be the last one. That will always be the last one on it, and this one is called Munchkin. So yeah, you got these 2 cars, not many chasing you there. There's others in there, and this little map, I deliberately crashed to show you that briefly, is effectively based on Mini Munchkin, the old handheld you used to be able to get. But you know, we simply play this game, you know, as we like to do, and there are some very, very interesting tracks in all of this. You know, I can't remember exactly what was on that list. We will see what's on that list in a moment's time. But yeah, there are some truly, truly interesting tracks, and perhaps a little bit challenging as well. Perhaps a little bit challenging. But hey, if I can do it, anybody can do it. Anybody can do it. So around here, grab you, and there we go, we completed it. What have we got next? What have we got next? So this one is called Flooded. Look, a Rally X map, but by God, what's gone on? What's gone on here? What has gone on here? Oh, it's got, damn it, got caught there. What's gone on there? Half of it's been flooded. So how do you deal with this? How do you deal with this? What is that? Let me show you. Boom! Rally X is now on boats. This is absolutely phenomenal. This really, really is. And you know what? We're going to allow them to get a little bit nearer to us. Come on, guys. Come on, I'm down here. Yes, over here. Yeah, look at that. You can't do smoke on the water now, but if you go through the boat huts, you basically play Rally X on water. Radar Rally on water, the game that you're familiar with. You know, this is Radar Rally, but you know, there's obviously a clear inspiration as what's been going on here. But no, this is a great option, a fun option, a huge option, and I have gone through a lot of effort on these tracks, and these tracks scale up. You know, the more you do them, the harder they get, so to speak. And I have been able, my test of, is it a track that's actually worth playing, the people that choose to play Paul's game playing, and if I can complete the track in one life on maximum difficulty, then yes, it's worth it. We've done it right. And you see, we got a little bit screwed here, so we got game over. But there are many tracks that this can cycle through. But this has been Radar Rally. This has been the launch video for Radar Rally, and you know what you're seeing so far is a lot of wonderful things, but there's a little bit more that I want to show you. So if we change regular play to mirrored play to random mirrored play, what we're going to do now is we're going to just start, and we're going to have one game of, I think we'll do Rally X, we'll do the standard one. No, we won't, we'll do Radar Rally. But look at all the icons, they're all twisted and moved. But boom, we're going to start. So fire to skip here, but it's the opposite way around. It will flip some tracks and put them in unnatural positions. So although the layout is exactly the same, you have more versions of the same track essentially that you're playing in this twisted, broken mode. And you know, it's some of them are actually a bit easier if you flip them upside down. Others become harder as well. All your memory muscle. Oh damn it! I got a negative impact one there. Look, my radar's malfunctioned. It's disappeared off the screen. So yeah, I got a negative impact one there. But yeah, this changes the whole game effectively on its head. It really does. So let's go around here. Oh no! Oh, smoke! Yes. What was I doing? All right. So here we go. We're going to grab that, and we are going to go and get this one there. But oh, there's one more. Oh, there's one more. That is the death area. That is a death area in the main game as well. But you know what? I've shown you that. That's all you need to know for that. So that's game over here. Come on. And we'll put GPC in here. So GPC, there we go. We had a little bit of fun of that. We had a little bit of fun with that. But now I want to show you something just a little bit different. So I'm going to flip back to the main game, but we're going to flip back effectively to a wide screen, because a Picotron isn't always a small square window. It is a big wide screen. And here we are in the editor. So the Gentleman's Pixel Club maps that you saw me play just a little bit of, where we had the water and other bits and pieces, there is a hell of a lot going on, a hell of a lot of custom maps that you can make. If you want to see one really interesting that I did, when you play the M25 one, you know, oh my god, it will send you absolutely potty, and it uses so much stuff that you effectively have from up here. You know, it uses the bridges. You know, we've got a large version of the map as well. It uses some of the borders that you see around the outside inside the center of the map. And this editor, you can do pretty much anything that you want, and then you can save it out. You can save it to a map pack. All the details are in the help files. I probably couldn't cover this entire editor on the preview screen, but yeah, on the preview video that we're doing here. But I just wanted to show you that this actually exists, and this is only available in the paid option. So I hope you've enjoyed this. This has been a preview of Radar Rally, the fantastic game by Paul. Paul, thank you for allowing me to be a little bit involved in this from the bottom of my heart. I truly appreciate you. All of you stay safe, all of you take care, and I'll see you soon. Goodbye.
Gentlemen, P is for Pixel, C is for Club. At the Gentleman's Pixel Club, we play old school games, no need to rule. With sunglasses on, we dive into retro fun. Masters of nostalgia, our joy never gets undone. G is for Gentlemen, P is for Pixel, C is for Club. The GPC brings us together every single video. Subscribe now and join the club, let's have some fun. Gentlemen of gaming, and the ladies, welcome to Pixelated Fun. Remember when we had Commodore and Atari too? Those were the days, we loved them like a brother and you. From Pac-Man to Space Invaders, we played all night long. Gentleman's Pixel Club reminds us of those times when life was just right. G is for Gentlemen, P is for Pixel, C is for Club. The GPC brings us together every single video. Subscribe now and join the club, let's have some fun. Gentlemen of gaming, and the ladies too. Retro fun never done. Through the years, the games may change, but the spirit stays the same. Gentlemen's Pixel Club is where we gather our hearts in a gang. Sunglasses on, we're ready to play. Gentlemen's Pixel Club, the ultimate gaming channel, always in play. G is for Gentlemen, P is for Pixel, C is the Club. The GPC brings us together every single video. Subscribe now and join the club, let's have some fun. And women and children of gaming, joystick fun are never done. G is the Gentleman, T is the Pixel, C is the Club. The GPC brings us together every single video. Subscribe now and join the club, right, and have some fun. Gentlemen of gaming, pixelated fun never done.